right now one of the great moments in Chicago sports history. Rick Sutcliffe, his 20th win of the year. What a night here. The people are going crazy. Harry, it's just unbelievable down here. A happy bunch of Cubs, a well-deserved win. It's great to be in the locker room. I'll tell you what, this is something they've been waiting since spring training for. Nobody thought they could do it. As it turned out, they did. So Rick Sutcliffe, the man of the hour. Harry, you're going to be back to me in a little bit, so take it away and explain the game to everybody who is going crazy in Chicago.
I think just as much drama is on this field. These great Cub fans. There's Rick Sutcliffe, the Red Baron indeed. What a ball game he pitched. The expressions, there's what made them a team. Genuine affection for each other. There's Popeye, there's Steve Trout. They have pitched the most important game of all. Now, I guess no game would be more important than the Larry Boa. Jody, there's Dallas Green. That's one of his favorite boys, the Sarge. There they are outside the dugout. John Cox being doused. Jim Fry and Dallas Green. Now our lives are complete. The Cubs are number one. There's Warren Brewster. What did I say about teetotalers a little earlier? Look at Keith Moreland. And Jim Fry is making the round, embracing every single member of his championship team. Now here we come to the wasteful part of the night, when instead of guzzling it down, they pour it. There's Ned Coletti, who's done a great job. Stay with us and we'll be back with more following this.
Come on, Boyd. Come on.
Choice of a new generation. Dan Gurney and his Toyota Celica GTS take on the All-American Racers pit crew. The pit crew looks over the Celica's ventilated disc brakes, the independent suspension. They check out the Celica's single overhead cam engine and electronic fuel injection. Inside, they check the Celica's luxurious comfort.
Oh!
What does all this mean to you?
This is the right stuff.
Oh, what a feeling.
Goodyear is rolling out great deals on tires. A special shipment of Goodyear tires at low sale prices. A special shipment of the Goodyear tires you want most. Goodyear radials, all-season radials, high-performance radials, light truck tires, and more. All great values at the regular price, now at big savings. Goodyear special shipment savings are here, but come in now. The sale ends Saturday.
If you're a smokeless tobacco man, now you can get yourself a can of Hawken just by writing for it. That's right. If you'd like a sample can of the rough-cut smokeless tobacco with a smooth wintergreen taste, and if you're 18 or over, just write to Hawken Sample Offer, Box 11, Memphis, Tennessee. We'll send you a can of Hawken, the rough-cut smokeless tobacco.
Harry Carey back in Three Rivers Stadium. All the action is in the clubhouse, and we'll be switching it there in a moment. Here, though, quickly, one of the greatest games perhaps ever pitched. Rick Sutcliffe faced only 28 men. Only one man reached base. He did it twice. Once on a safe bunt, and then he was picked off first. The other time, a rolling ball rolled down in the right field corner and went for a triple. He later scored. He faced only 28 men. Perfection would be 27. He pitched a two-hitter. He struck out 9. If he isn't a Cy Young Award winner? Nobody is. So the Cubs have clinched the Eastern Division title. Harry up in the broadcast booth. Boy, oh boy, I'm envious of the fellas down in the clubhouse, so I'm going to head for down there now. I'd like to drink part of what they're pouring. See you later. Here's Steve Stone now.
Well, down the road with $1 million, just me and BJ in the lottery truck. Somebody's gonna win that $1 million in one lump sum. With a rig full of money, we got us a flat. She says, come around the back, let's find the jack. And then a gust of wind come up and blew the door shut. Mercy. Some lucky stiff's gonna win that dough, $1 million all at once, you know. But till help arrives, it seems to me it's just BJ, all that money and me. Yeah, play 1 million cash instant lottery.
Here in England, people appreciate fine wool. So Hager brought their pure wool men's and women's wear to get the English reaction.
I've quite fallen in love with this jacket. I do hope you don't want it back.
Very fine tailoring, actually.
And the fabrics are lovely. Are you sure these aren't English woolens?
Hager, you say? Isn't that a village in Surrey?
So look for pure wool fashions by Hager when you want to look and feel your best.
There's never been a cereal like this before. There's
Raisin in the middle.
of Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
Raisin in the middle.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
It's the perfect combination.
Whole wheat sweetened with raisin, all wrapped up in a perfect square. It's very unexpected to find it there.
Raisin in the middle.
Naturally sweet raisin.
Raisin in the middle.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
Raisin in the middle.
You're gonna like it there.
Kellogg's Raisin Squares.
The Smart Set, Zenith's Advanced System 3. Inside, you'll find our exclusive computer brain. It helps make this the smartest Zenith color set ever. Look inside the Z100, Zenith's desktop computers. You'll find Zenith Total Performance there, too. And the Z100 PCs are compatible with virtually all IBM software. Zenith computers and Zenith color television. What they have in common is Zenith quality. It goes into everything we make.
Our participating advertisers in Cubs baseball were Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. Zenith and your local Zenith dealers. At Zenith, the quality goes in before the name goes on. United Airlines. You're not just flying, you're flying the friendly skies. Canon. So advanced, Canon is the world's leader in 35mm photography. Union 76 and your neighborhood Union 76 dealers who invite you to go with the spirit of 76. Your Toyota dealer and the rugged 4x4, the dependable off-road truck. And by True Value. The more you've got to do, the more you need True Value hardware stores. We've got what it takes.
Holy cow! It's Cub action tomorrow on AM 720.
WGN Radio is Chicago. You've invested a lot in the tools of your trade. You want them to pay off. You want to keep them busy. That's why you also invest in the Yellow Pages, where your ad is on the job in homes and businesses, seen by people who want to buy what you want to sell. With all you've put into your business, your ad belongs in the Yellow Pages. It's the small investment that keeps your big investments paying off.
Our newest suitery is now open in Deerbrook Mall. So for a limited time only, all suiteries are celebrating with grand opening markdowns that save you 40 to 80%. Save on fine suits, sport coats, top coats, raincoats, and jackets. Exclusive Chicago streetwear, even our Mondo Uomo European collection. All at grand opening markdowns. But we can't offer these prices forever, so get to your suitery now and save 40 to 80%. For suitery locations, dial SUITERY.
When you
Cubs Locker Room Celebration, brought to you by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
A very happy Jody Davis in a champagne-filled clubhouse. And Jody, this is what you've been waiting your whole career for.
I tell you what, this is this is so great. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's been a while now coming, but I tell you what, there's nothing any better.
What was it like to catch Sutcliffe tonight? A two-hitter, probably as good as stuff as he had in a while.
Well, yeah, he had his good stuff. I haven't caught him that he hadn't had his good stuff. Maybe he didn't have quite the pop on his fastball, but he changed speeds and his location was so good that it really didn't matter. I was, this is great.
Is it all the work in spring training to be here tonight?
Oh man, all the work, the whole year of the spring training, the off season, everything makes it worthwhile right now.
Weren't you the one who said, what did the Mets do?
Yeah, what did the Mets do tonight?
It doesn't matter what the Mets did tonight or any other night, because that's it. Chicago's been waiting a long time for this. Jody, it's just been a magnificent time, and everybody came together tonight. When you came into this ball game, what were you thinking about?
Well, we knew we were right there. We were one away, and with Rick going, we knew if we could get him some runs early, then it'd just make us a lot easier on us. And to put one up in the first 3 innings and to give him a 3-run lead right there off the bat, we knew right then that it was going to be close.
How important is that first game against San Diego and Wrigley Field?
Well, I think they'll all be important then, but right now we're not going to think about it. We're just going to go ahead and have some fun tonight.
Well, Jody, take care and celebrate. We're going to throw it to Jack Brickhouse.
All right, look who I've got here, a half-drowned fella who's the happiest half-drowned man in the world. Dallas, congratulations. I know what this means to you.
Well, Brick, it's neat to see all these guys enjoy it. It's neat to have our fans enjoy it. I know it's neat to have you enjoy it. By golly, that was great that you had a little share of it, and I'm proud of you.
We waited a long time for this one, Dallas.
We all have waited a long time. Our Cub fans have waited a long time.
When did you feel like you had really turned this club around?
Well, I really felt after we came out of spring training, we made the Matthews Denier thing. We came out of spring training, we played pretty good on the coast and came home and played good. I felt then that the team had enough stuff to get it done. But we had a breakdown. Sanderson Ruthven broke down. We had to go out and make some trades. We got that done. Our baseball people worked hard all year. This baseball team is a good baseball team, Jack Brickhouse.
No
you know that.
About that. There's no Dallas, I know you got 9 million people to say hello to, so go right ahead. Here's Larry Boa, by the way. Larry Boa has been through it. Hey, Harry, come on in here, buddy. Larry Boa, you've been through it, kid.
Jack,
a lot of times, but what goes on in your mind right now?
Well, I'm just as happy now as I was when we won in all those years in Philly. It means a lot. It really means a lot, because when we left spring training, a lot of people were down on Dallas, because they didn't think he was doing the job, and he went out and made a couple trades, and I'll tell you what, everyone in Chicago's happy. Everybody on this team is happy, and we got our work ahead of us now. San Diego's going to be tough, but I'm glad all this magic number stuff's over and we can get on with what we have to do.
Attaboy. Hey, Steve, you got Keith Moreland there, haven't you?
I do have Keith Moreland. He's been through this before, and what's the difference between 1980 and this year for you, Red?
Well, first of all, Cindy, I told you we'd do it. I think that the thing that's different in 1980, I was going to establish a winning baseball team, and I came to this team. I was the first transition that Dallas made. I came here in 1982. We didn't play too well for a couple years, and you didn't know what was going to happen. And then this year, I wasn't sure I was going to get a chance to play. And now just to get the opportunity to be on a ball club that's division champion, I thank the good Lord for that opportunity, and love every one of these guys in this room. It's nothing you can describe, Steve. It's like, losing is like kissing your sister, I think, and this is just the greatest feel you can have in the world. We got 2 more of these parties I hope to go through. I've been through this before, and let's just celebrate tonight and try to take on the Padres.
It's got to be vindication for you, because it was a tough 2 months of the season. I remember talking to you then. It was frustrating for you. All of a sudden, everything came together, and does it make all the work pay off?
Well, anytime you get, like I said, you got to feel fortunate anytime you get the opportunity to play in the big leagues, and then to get the opportunity to play on a team that's a contender and then get a chance to win like this. And like I said, at that time I wanted to go play baseball. If I'd have known now what I know now, I wouldn't have said a word. But it ended up just like I couldn't have written it down on a piece of paper and made it any better.
Well, Keith, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jack Brickhouse is with Ryan Sandberg. Take it away, Jack.
All right, Rhiney boy. Here's the guy they're really crowding around here. It's the one you can breathe in here, Ryan. What a feeling this has to be for a young guy like you.
Unbelievable. This is what it's all about, is winning.
and you know, this is what we've been shooting for all year, and it just seemed like it took a long time to get here, and you know, it's a great feeling now that everything's happened all right for us.
What were your thoughts in that 9th inning? Anything at all? Like, please hit it to me.
I was ready for the ball hit, just like any other time, and you know, I was just waiting for that last out. You know, just feel like a volcano out there, ready to burst, and that's that situation.
At any time this year, did you really feel you were going to have the kind of a season you're winding up with?
Not really. I kind of surprised myself this year a little bit, but you know, I had some success, and then I got my confidence build up, and after that, I was expecting on it.
Did you hear all those Cub fans yelling MVP, MVP the last time you came out?
I heard that. It's a great feeling. A lot of Cub fans around here.
All right. Congratulations. All right, Stevie, who have you got over there, buddy?
Bobby Dernier, and a happy Bob Dernier. It's the first time around for you. You were there in September with the Phillies, but nothing like all season of contribution, Bobby.
No, I'm proud of everybody in here, and this is it. This is the best. Thanks, Vicky, back in KC, and thanks to everybody in here. This is great. These guys are, I'll go to war with them tomorrow. This is the best.
Is this stuff good for your hair? I don't know. Everybody's got it all over them.
I don't care. I got the worst moss in here, so I don't care.
I think it's terrific. You had a fine year. Everybody here is really excited, and well, you should be, Bobby.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
Stay with us. We're going to be back in a minute, and then we're going to show you a wild scene at Wrigley Field. They're going crazy in Chicago. Be back in a minute.
This Cubs clincher celebration is brought to you by your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers, another team that just clinched their best year ever. Their stars include Jerry Lane.
That's our Cubs, and they're fantastic.
Gary Eisenstein.
Okay, Cubs, let's go for it.
Ron Foreman.
Chicago Cubs, we're proud of you.
Lou DeLeo.
The Cubs will do more in '84.
John Capone.
Cubs win! Cubs win!
And your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers want to say,
this isn't the only place that's going crazy. They're going crazy at Wrigley Field. We've got a camera there, and we're going to show it all to you.
Well, Steve, this is the scene at Wrigley Field. I think they're going to take that bus. They're going to take over the bus. There's not a whole lot I can say about what's going on here. I think they're speaking their minds without my help. But there's one man here who, for true Cub fans, he is the acid test for true Cub fans. And that's this man right here. Cub fans know who this man is. And why is that? How come all the Cubs fans know who you are?
Well, I come to baseball game every day, you know. I've been coming every day since 69, but I'm 62. I haven't missed a club game. I'm out here all the time.
Show us what you do best at the Cubs games. I'll hold the mic.
I go, Jody, 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 say, Sandberg, Sarge,
Now that's the guy that they know every place they watch the Cubs. They know this guy, and they know those cheers, and they know they got a winning team tonight in Chicago. Back to you.
I'm here with Leon Durham, who thinks this thing is Visine because he keeps putting it in my eyes, as well as someone else here. Leon, how does it feel?
Hey, Steve, it feels great right now in order to come over here and accomplish something that a lot of the ball players really set out to do this year. And ever since the last week of spring training, we were able to get together as a team. And the way Dallas had went out and picked up Sutcliffe and guys like George Frazier and Hassey come over here and did an outstanding job for us. So we got a lot to be thankful for now.
Is it a little better for you now after a real tough tough beginning of the season, some boos, not many, but now it's got to be a vindication for everything you did this year.
Yes, well, it was the purpose of the situation for Buckner and I at first base, and you know the fans. It wasn't the purpose of me being booed. It was the situation, and you know I took it well, and you know I was just glad that I was able to get out there and perform and play the position the way I knew how, and got to continue playing it this year.
Leon, your ace went to the mound tonight. Did it give you guys a little feeling of comfort to know that the big guy was out there hurling for you?
Yes, but when you got a guy like Sutcliffe out there throwing, and he's good for maybe one bad outing, but you can't see this guy going to go out here and have back-to-back bad outings. The last one he had in Chicago, he was due for that one. So this appearance he had tonight was outstanding for us, and it kept us relaxed after we got out and got the go-ahead lead, and it didn't bother us. We were able to just put things together. I'm just glad we go ahead on and just go to the playoffs right now.
Leon, congratulations.
All right,
you earned it.
All right, thank you.
Jack Brickhouse is with the skipper, Jim Fry.
All right, I got him right here. Congratulations, Jimmy. That was some embrace you and Dallas gave each other, and I can certainly understand it.
Well, I tell you, a lot of people don't realize the things that are said and done, and I appreciate the nerve that Dallas showed. Nobody in baseball works harder, and he went out and did some things this year that took some nerve, and I appreciate it because he gave us some great players, Jack.
Let me ask you this now, Jim. When in the season did you honestly feel that the Cubs had a chance for first place?
I thought so after the All-Star break when we started to play. I said after the All-Star break, the first 2 weeks after the All-Star break, I felt like I'd know if we were going to be serious all the way.
Oh, you dog. Oh, which one of my good friends did that? Zimmer, your buddy Zimmer, your Cincinnati boyfriend Zimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, nice going. All this, and he touts bad horses too. You think I would finally did something right when I took that coat off? All right, listen, Jim, congratulations.
Thank you.
Pardon me, is Garofalo around with some eye drops?
Listen, it's wonderful, wonderful. I can't express it, but thanks to everybody.
And right now, let's go back to Steve Stone. I think he's got Billy Connors.
Billy Connors, when this season started, everybody looked at that pitching staff and said, get out the outfielders. But it didn't turn out that way. You did a phenomenal job this year.
Well, thank you, Steve. You know, these guys went out and did it themselves. Dallas brought in some great arms, and when you got talent out there, you got a heck of a shot at winning, and he did a phenomenal job for us.
Everybody talks about Rick Sutcliffe, and of course he came over from Cleveland, but I think the hallmark of Billy Connors this year was Steve Trout. He had his best year. I know you worked hard with him, and it had to give you special gratification yesterday, the way he went out there and won maybe the biggest game of the year.
Well, he's my main man. You know, he's worked awful hard at it, Steve, and there couldn't have been a greater thrill for me to see him go out and pitch a game that we needed to win. He went out and gave us an outstanding effort and turned us right around. And when something like that, that just gives you goosebumps inside because that's what it's all about.
3 more wins to go. You got a place on that finger for a ring?
I sure do. I tell you, I was original Cub. I know what it is for us to win in Chicago. There's no greater fans in the world, and it's the greatest honor in the world to do this, what we're doing right now.
Well, Billy, they're dancing all over town. Congratulations to you. It's a pleasure to be associated with you.
Thank you, Steve.
I enjoy it. We're going to be back in a minute. Stay tuned. It is exciting down here.
This Cubs clincher celebration is brought to you by your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers, another team that's just clinched their best year ever. Their stars include Bill Ahrens,
Holy cow, Cubs!
Dennis Guest,
Way to go, Cubs!
Steve Napleton,
Keep it going, Cubs.
Jack Schutz,
We're going all the way.
Ed Sekula,
We're proud of our Cubbies.
and your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers want to say,
Keep going, Cubbies!
They continue to go crazy here. They're going crazy at Wrigley Field, but that's not all. We take you to the Ultimate Sports Bar and Grill, where there's a big celebration going on.
bleacher bums?
I'll tell you, I haven't seen anything like this. The people here are just absolutely wild. It's been crazy all night long. We're going to go back to Steve Stone in just a moment. I don't know what to say. Beer's been flying. 39 years, they finally gotten a winner. And I don't know if we can last much longer. Another night of this, and none of us would have lasted through it. You happy?
It's a victory for America. Simply a victory for America.
That sums it up, don't you think? Let's see if we can talk to a few more people. You happy?
Yeah, it's a great time. Cubs are...
We're about to go on. Okay, hey, we got ourselves quite a group here. Andy McKenna, the chairman of the board. Here's Stan Cook, who represents the Tribune Company, which owns the Cubs. Here's Harry Carey. Turn around there, Stan. Let him take a look at that happy owner's face, will you? And Andy, congratulations. You're the guy who picked Dallas Green, and Dallas is the guy who put the ball club together. Here's John Madigan, the executive vice president of Tribune Company. And here's Harry Carey.
I have a little sip to you.
Hey, can I tell you something, Harry? I don't know about you, but I've been waiting 39 years for this, which is better than half of my life.
Yeah, but you could have been there and you went over to do the Sox game.
I was shut out.
45, that's why.
All right, you were doing the Cardinals. You were the hated enemy from the South yourself. Now, here we are together, and isn't that great about the game of baseball?
Terrific. And I tell you, it couldn't happen to nicer people and a more deserving company than Tribune Company. And, you know, Andy McKenna is the first guy I knew. When I saw that you had made him president of the Cubs, I knew you were on the right track. And from that point on, the graph just went up.
Well, Andy
got Dallas Green. Dallas Green got the rest of them. And here we are. I hope we get loaded tonight.
Stan Cook, John Madigan, what are your thoughts right now? As you know, after all, you're kind of new at being owners of baseball teams.
New at this? Yeah, we sure are. I can't describe it, Jack. It's just it's an unbelievable scene. It's just it's great for everybody.
Well, the guy who cleans scoots is going to get some business from this crowd tonight.
Yeah, let's keep it this way, Jack.
Hey, listen, I got the first.
Every year.
I got the first championship cap. Cubs, 1984 champion.
All right.
Well, Harry, let's make that say world champions. Let's get
right.
that far.
Absolutely.
Another cap for that.
All right, kid. Listen, congratulations on the super job you've done this year, pal.
Jack, always a pleasure.
God love you. And all of you guys. That WGN crew's the greatest. And now let's go back to Steve. I think he's got Ron Say over there.
I do have Ron Say here. And Ron, after all you've been through this year with all the injuries, it's got to make you feel great.
Well, I feel great. I'm sure everybody feels great. You know, I just like to say thanks to, you know, our new management that's been here for 3 years. You know, plus Dallas for getting a lot of ball players over here in a short period of time. Those moves turned everything around for us. We came together as a ball club. We gelled. Congratulations to the city of Chicago, all the Cub fans across the country, all the people that supported us all year at Wrigley Field. It's been fantastic, and I'm happy that we lifted the burden off the 69 ball club. I'm sure those guys will rest in peace from now on.
Congratulations, Ron. You did a great job and put that ghost of 69 to rest. We're going to be back after this word.
This Cubs clincher celebration is brought to you by your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers, another team that just clinched their best year ever. Their stars include Jerry Lane.
That's our Cubs, and they're fantastic.
Gary Eisenstein.
Okay, Cubs, let's go for it.
Ron Foreman.
Chicago Cubs, we're proud of you.
Lou DeLeo.
The Cubs will do more in '84.
John Capone.
Cubs win! Cubs win!
And your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers want to say.
This is WGN Television, Channel 9, Chicago.
This Cubs clincher celebration is brought to you by your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers, another team that just clinched their best year ever. Their stars include Alan Gaines.
Go Cubbies! Next world champs!
Dan Roche.
Cubs are going all the way.
Bill Hager.
Keep it going, Cubbies!
Steve Saget.
Way to go, Cubs!
Frank Mancari.
Cubs win! Cubs win!
And your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers want to say.
Keep going, Cubbies!
Well, Harry, I guess a bet's a bet, and here it is finally.
Boy, this is terrible.
No, that's not that bad a cigar. Now, come on.
How can you smoke these things?
I do think I got the better end of the deal, though. I will tell you that. What do you think?
Well, I tell you, I think I got the better half of the deal all the way around, Steve.
Harry, it's been quite a year, but right now we got to leave here and we got to go to Wrigley Field. The celebration continues.
How about
it's a
Rush
mob
Street?
scene.
Tell my clientele on Rush Street I'm thinking of them.
Well, the sign above Wrigley Field says Wrigley Field, home of the Chicago Cubs, 1984 National League East champions, and across the street the sign says the sign of good taste, and tonight it is the sign of victorious Cubbies and their crazed Cub fans. They are out here in number. Oh, how the faithful, the numbers of the faithful have swelled. And tonight, 39 years after the Cubs seized defeat, I think, as the saying goes, out of the jaws of victory, they seized victory out of the jaws of victory, out of the jaws of a 5-game losing streak, but they won. These people are here to tell you that they won. At Wrigley Field, it is now going to be called Wrigley Sanctuary, I believe, because these people for 39 years have worshipped the Cubs. Now they're going to idolize the Cubs. There's just not going to be any controlling these fans for a while. Try and talk to some of them. Stay on the ground.
Go Cubbies!
How long have you been a Cub fan?
11 years.
You think they're going to win the pennant?
Yeah, hell yeah, yeah!
You don't even have a teensy-weensy bit of doubt.
No way! Padres suck! Yeah! Tigers suck! Yeah!
Any doubts at all that they're going to go to the World Series?
All right, here we go now with two of the brightest young stars on the entire Cubs scene, the south side of Chicago and the north shore of Chicago. Here is Steve Trout, who grew up on the south side. Here is Scott Sanderson, and they must be dancing in the streets in Northbrook tonight.
Well, I hope they're having fun, because we're having fun here. You know, we've worked awful hard.
You Southsiders and you Northsiders, right on.
All right, Stevie, congratulations on that job you turned in Saturday.
Jack, it's a great
Or
feeling.
Sunday, rather.
It's a great feeling. I like seeing your shirt there real wet with champagne, too.
Listen, how would you like to? Now, your dad, Dizzy Trout, took one away from the Cubs and helped beat him in a World Series in 1945 when he pitched for Detroit. He was one of the great stars. Would you like to get a couple of those wins back in the World Series?
Hey, Jack, what do you think? Of course, I'd love to do that. I got a feeling that we're going to be there because we got a tough team and we're ready to play, and it's looking good right now.
Well, I'm looking at two young fellas who will be in that World Series when the Chicago Cubs get in it. Scott, have you been told what your plans might be in the playoff?
No, I haven't. I'm sure we all know that Rick's going to open up and pitch, and he might get a couple shots in there. I don't really care, Jack, as long as I can help out this team anywhere. I'm sure Steve feels the same way. We've struggled through a long season together. It's no time to worry about yourself. We got a lot of fun left to go here for Chicago.
Well, the word with you was, Steve, of course, you had to do a little adjusting on your thinking. Now, if you want to back up and go a little goofy tonight, nobody blames you. I'll tell you on that.
Yeah, right. Oh no, they don't. I don't blame anybody for it. They say a lot of things, but I know one thing. I go out there and I work hard and I go out there to pitch well, and that's it.
Give him that handsome face in that camera right there. All right. What do you got over there, Stevie?
Jack, I've got Thad Bosley. Thad, you went down, you didn't quit. It had to be a great feeling for you here tonight.
Yeah, they say quitters win in the end, so I think it's true this time, you know. I didn't give up. I kept fighting. Had a good year down in AAA. Cubs brought me up. I helped them win a couple of games, and here I am, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
You got sent down. You really got no chance in spring training. It must have been a big temptation for you to just hang it up.
Yeah, a couple of times, you know, I wanted to
give up, but my father told me to hang in there, and I had a lot of people praying for me and believing in me, and I'm here today, and I just feel great.
We're on nationally. I know your father's watching.
Yeah, Dad. I know you see me down in Little Rock. I want to say hello, and thanks for the faith.
And Thad, they couldn't have done it without the bench. Good luck to you. You did a great job.
Thank you, Steve, son.
Stay with us because we're going to be back after this word.
This Cubs clincher celebration is brought to you by your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers, another team that just clinched their best year ever. Their stars include Jerry Lane.
That's our Cubs, and they're fantastic.
Gary Eisenstein.
Okay, Cubs, let's go for it.
Ron Foreman.
Chicago Cubs, we're proud of you.
Lou DeLeo.
The Cubs will do more in '84.
John Capone.
Cubs win! Cubs win!
And your Chicagoland Chrysler Plymouth dealers want to say.
I looked all over for Harry Carey, and it's a shame that he's not here because right now we're going to the place that he loves the most, Rush Street.
Control right inside here too. We're in a place called Shenanigans. Oh boy. This is on Division Street, and I guess this is all right. I get the impression that the fans are a little happy here. This is probably the wettest report I'll ever give to you. Not a bad vintage, actually. Okay, they're going crazy here. All along Division Street tonight. Crowds are thick, as you can see, 6, 10, 20 deep. I believe that you might say they've had a few cups of coffee. Outside this bar, the crowd 20, 30 deep, blocking a part of Division Street here between State Street and Dearborn. The streets are full of champagne wielders and dancers and magicians and somebody who's carrying a San Diego Padres voodoo doll with some pins, inviting everybody to stick pins in it. I don't know whether you can hear me because I can't hear myself. I guess they want to say something. I guess from this point it's on to the playoffs, and then what the heck, on to the World Series. This is Larry Roderick, someplace in limbo. All right, who do you love?
It's quite a scene down here. Everybody is just walking around. It's been a phenomenal year for everyone concerned. The Cubs brass is down here. Jim Fry walking around, everybody doing interviews. Never seen too much like it. I've been in 3 or 4 of these celebrations myself. Ron Say said he's been in about 15 of these celebrations. But for a club that wasn't supposed to be anywhere near first place, this has got to be some night. Everybody in Chicago is really enjoying what's going on here. Everybody here feeling much the same way. I think for the first time in a long time, everybody kind of going out to one another, partying, just shaking hands and congratulating one another. It's a wonderful night for Chicago and a wonderful night for the Cubs. Jack Brickhouse right now is with the man of the hour, Rick Sutcliffe.
Who else could we possibly get better than Rick Sutcliffe? And here he is. Congratulations, Red Baron.
Well, thank you. I really don't know how to describe it. I'm just, I got so many people to thank. There's 28 ball players here that have played their butts off all year, and Dallas Green brought me over here when I was on a last place ball club. So I really don't know where to start. I don't think we have enough time.
Let's talk about tonight's game. It looked to me from the very first pitch like you had it. And well, for once in my life, I was right.
I had real good location, and I had a lot of incentive. We knew what was out there. We didn't care what happened in New York, or we wanted to win it ourselves, and it's been a great year. This ball game, right now seems like a lot more important than any of the others, but we had to win 90-some ball games to get here, so tonight's just kind of icing on the cake.
The way you fielded that position tonight on a couple of those hot shots, it looked like you were going for a Gold Glove, not the Cy Young.
Well, I had to because I wouldn't have been able to stick around had those balls hit me. But I didn't have a good fastball tonight. I got my breaking stuff over, and maybe I'm saving that good fastball for the playoffs.
Well, anyway, Rick, let me ask you this: you have a delivery that's a little unusual. You cup that ball behind you. It's what do they call it? The wrist wrap, around or something.
I I wished I didn't, but...
Is that a natural thing with you, or does somebody teach you that way?
No, it's always been that way, and there's been a lot of people try to keep me from doing it, but I just haven't been able to correct it yet.
Well, you hide that ball a long time that way.
That's what they say, and if that's the way, if that's the reason they're not hitting it, then I better keep doing it.
Well, all right, whatever you're doing, don't stop, pal. Okay. Congratulations, Rick Sutcliffe. And now, what do you got over there, Stoney?
Warren Brewster is with me, and Warren, you've been in a few of these before, but right now you're going to get some champagne over your head from Rich Bordy.
How sweet it is.
What does it feel like?
Well, I tell you, I've done this a few times before, and this is most gratifying, because when you come from 5th place out of nowhere and win a pennant, you're really doing something.
Well, you hurt your arm. Did you ever think you'd have a chance to be in one of these again?
To tell you the truth, I never thought at times I'd pitch again. And, you know, you just... When people take care of you like Dallas Green has taken care of me through my whole career, you don't quit on a man. You just come back and you keep driving and you do what you got to do to get yourself healthy. And Dallas and I have gone round and round before, and it's something that I don't quit. There's no way in the world I quit.
Middlemen don't get a lot of recognition. Is it frustrating at times?
Well, it's frustrating with this ball club, with the pitching staff we have, with the starters we have. I never get to pitch, but I mean, we won, so that's all that counts. That's the main thing. It's a lot easier to take when you're winning.
Anybody you want to say hello to?
Oh, I'd love to say hello to my wife. I love you, baby.
Good luck. Congratulations. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
You need 3 more victories to get that pennant, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, and then 4 in the World Series. We can go home for the winner.
Take care. The ring will look good on you.
Thank you, Steve.
Jack Brickhouse is with Lee Smith. They wouldn't have been here without 33 saves from Lee.
Number 1 man in saves on the ball club, number 2 in the league, Lee Smith. Hey, Smitty, nice going, baby.
Oh, thanks, Jack. I'm telling you, it's really been good, you know, with the ball club. As of late, you know, I have been struggling when throwing the ball, and the ball club is coming back. Ryan Sandberg, especially with my turning point, I think, at the against St. Louis. You know, the ball club came back twice for me, you know. And I think the key, my most valuable player has always been Keith Mortimer, because when we went to the West Coast, he picked the ball club up by playing first base when Durham was on the disabled list. But right now, man, there's nothing right now can express my feelings and everything. Now, I was wondering when I was walking in there, how am I going to react? You know, when I get in there and I get in, the guy's frying my afro, you know, with champagne and everything. I think I had the same idea about the champagne as Harry Carey. Let's drink it. Yeah.
Right. Let me ask you one question now. Lee and I were on the Cub Caravan that toured Indiana and also Illinois in January. Now, while we were touring and meeting all those Cub fans in all those wonderful cities, did you really deep down in your heart think the Cubs had a shot at first place?
Well, you know what the thing I was thinking at the ball club that we had right then, I said, I think we'll do good if we can maybe come in 3rd place, you know. Yeah. But now with the acquisitions that Dallas has made, you know.
Look out, man, not my flow. Come on, man.
That was Durham, Patterson.
Oh, but
a couple of your real close friends, huh? You really need those guys.
Now I know who my friends are.
All right, come on, Pat.
Come on, right now, not my flow, man. Not my flow, ready.
Would you think it might be a good idea to get rid of this interview right now and give it back to Stoney? Go on, Stoney.
I'm with Tony Garofalo. Keith Moreland just walked by and said, Tony and Yosh don't know what it's like. What's it like?
I just can't believe it. I'm in a state of shock. It's just unbelievable.
Well, it seems that the players drink champagne, but the trainers drink Budweiser. Is there any truth to that?
The only reason I'm drinking Budweiser, there's no champagne left. It's all on the floor.
When you were holding this team together, Tony, did you think it was going to happen?
I don't know. I just, you know, I knew we had the people to do it, but it just seemed so far away, and it didn't really hit me until yesterday when we took that doubleheader, and then I knew it was ours.
I don't think anybody realizes just how hard a trainer works. You're here 4 hours before most people get here. You leave well after they leave, and at this point, with the work you've put in, this must feel like the best moment of your life.
I told my wife last night, the first night I got a decent night rest in about 2 months. And this is just unbelievable. I can't believe it. All the hard work and long hours that we put in pays off for this kind of stuff. It's just unbelievable.
Congratulations, Tony.
Thank you, Steve.
Take care. Well, that's it. The Cubs win 4-1. Don't look for any magic numbers because there aren't any. But stay tuned for the news. There's going to be more highlights, more excitement. You're going to see it all on Channel 9. Have a good night.
Cubs Locker Room Celebration, brought to you by your local Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
The 9 o'clock news with Denise Cannon, Rick Rosenthal, and the WGN News team.
Cubs are the champion! The Cubs are the champion! The Cubs win! Look at that mob scene! Ursula got on strike!
It's been a 39-year wait for Cubs fans, and the moment has finally arrived. The Cubs have won the pennant, their first championship since 1945. The 4-1 clinching victory tonight over the Pirates in Pittsburgh ended years of frustration for both the Cubs organization and its fans. And tonight, their fans have started a party the likes of which this city has never seen. And among the revelers, the state's chief executive.
Cubs night in Illinois. Tomorrow's going to be Cubs Day in Illinois, and so's the next day, and the next day, and the next day, right on through Detroit.
And there's a big party going on at Wrigley Field right now. Christine Negroni is there. Let's go to her. Christine?
Denise, I hope it's true that beer is good for your hair, because I have a lot of beer in my hair, as do a lot of the other people. Now, I want you to know one thing about Cubs fans. There are two kinds of Cubs fans. There are Cubs fans. Listen. There are the Cubs fans. There are the Cubs fans who buy expensive season tickets, and they pay nice prices for nice seats. And then there are the Cubs fans who sit in the bleachers, and these are the people who sit in the bleachers.
The hell does he turn the mic on? Oh, that one. I hope that don't short out on you.
Is it out? I have a fan with me I wanted to talk to. What's your name? Matthew. How long have you been a Cubs fan? So 7. Since you were 7? What do you want to say to the Cubs tonight? They're going to get the World Series. They're going to win. And you're going to be there for it? Are you going to be there? There's another one. This guy right here.
Can't hear a thing back here. It's crazy, but it's worth it. 39 years, a long time.
Now, I bet the players don't get treated like this.
I'm sorry.
I bet the players don't get treated like this.
I hope they enjoy all of it. We want to go all the way.
Any doubts they're going to go all the way?
None whatsoever.
Not even a little one.
I don't care how they do it. We're going to do it. That's all.
Thank you very much.
All right. It's going to be a great year.
If I am going to...
My other team's in it too.
You know, when you do a story like this, you start wishing you were back in city council again. It's a lot easier. Right here, we're right here live.
That is from poor Christine. I think she ought to get combat pay for her work tonight.
I tell you, I am drained from. I'll tell you, I'm drained from all the excitement we experienced in the newsroom tonight. It's fantastic.
First in war, first in peace, and first in their division. Who'd have thought?
It's absolutely fantastic. That's all I can say. As a matter of fact, as you know, I've had this for about a week now, right?
That is a good vintage.
Oh, it's beautiful.
August.
I'll tell you, this is beautiful, and the cork just fell off my champagne right here.
Right
all
on cue.
Yeah, the cork right on cue too. The cork is off my champagne, and rest assured, we'll finish this and several more like it before the evening is out. The Cubs, what can you say? And National League Eastern Division champions as they beat the Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh 4-1. The Cubs got 1 run in each of the first 3 innings tonight in Pittsburgh, and the outcome was never in doubt after that.
Keep talking, it's coming.
I'll tell you, they're so excited up in the control room they forgot to roll the tape. But the Cubs did get 1 run in each of the first 3 innings.
Here's a pitch swung, line drive, base hit, and the Cubs will be in front 1-0. The Sarge does it again. Here's a pitch swung, smash on the ground, in the center, a base hit. Here comes Boa, 2-0 Cubs. There's the ball bunted beautifully. The throw to third. Wow! Here's 1 run going to score. Here's Matthews going to third. And Moreland winds up at second.
And so they began preparing for the celebration in the locker room. Bring out the champagne. 39 years of suffering at long last is over. We'll go to the 9th inning. Harry Carey calls the last 3 outs. Harry.
3 outs away from the first championship since 1945. That was a war year. Line drive right at him. Moreland waiting. 2 outs to go. High fly ball. There'll be 1 to go. Bobby Janair. 2 away. Here comes. Cubs are the champion. The Cubs are the champion. The Cubs win. Look at that mob scene. Orsulak out on strike. Rick Sutcliffe is 14th in a row. 16-1 for the year. He faced only 28 men. He pitched a 2-hitter. Let's just watch him. The fans are getting out of...
And then in the locker room after the game, there was a wild celebration as the Cubs look forward to San Diego and then the World Series.
Oh, man, all the work, the whole year, the spring training, the off season, everything makes it worthwhile right now.
Weren't you the one who said, what did the Mets do?
Yeah, what did the Mets do tonight?
It's neat to see all these guys enjoy it. It's neat to have our fans enjoy it. I know it's neat to have you enjoy it. By golly, you know that was great that you had a little share of it, and I'm proud of you.
We waited a long time for this one, Dallas.
We all have waited a long time.
It really means a lot because when we left spring training, a lot of people were down on Dallas, you know, because they didn't think he was doing the job, and he went out and made a couple trades, and I'll tell you what, everyone in Chicago's happy. Everybody on this team is happy, and we got our work ahead of us now. San Diego's going to be tough, but I'm glad all this magic number stuff's over, and we can get on with what we have to do.
Congratulations to the city of Chicago, all the Cub fans across the country, all the people that supported us all year at Wrigley Field. It's been fantastic, and I'm happy that we lifted the burden off the 69 ball club. I'm sure those guys will rest in peace from now on.
So congratulations to our Chicago Cubs. Dan, here's a toast to you in Pittsburgh. A great job. This is a great evening for us. This is for you, Dan. Are you as excited in Pittsburgh, my hand shaking, as we are here in Chicago? This is for you, Big D.
Now back at Three Rivers Stadium in the locker room of the 1984 National League Eastern Division champions with John Vukovich. And Vuk, that doesn't sound all that bad, does it?
Sounds great. Sounds great.
Now, you've been through this business before, but I imagine it probably doesn't get too tiring the second or third time around.
Well, you never get tired of this, and we realize, even though it's very jubilant in here right now, we realize that we got more ahead of us down the road, and we got a tough ball club in San Diego to beat. And I think the boys are going to relax, have a little bit of fun tonight, and then I think they're going to gear up for San Diego.
The Wethead is definitely not dead around here. What would you have said back in March or the first part of April if I'd said, well, it looks like the Cubs are going to win the championship and the Mets will probably finish second?
Well, I think, you go to spring training optimistic, everybody does, and we are no different. We went there optimistically, and we went through a streak where we lost 11 in a row,
There's your girlfriend, Jay.
We lost lost 11 in a row in spring training, and we deserved to lose 11 in a row. We really struggled in spring training, and it was kind of a downtime for us. We made a trade with about a week to go, 6-7 days, somewhere in there, for Matthews and Denier. Was a big stepping stone for us, and from that point on, Dallas made 2 more very significant trades, and here we are.
You know, I thought one of the most amazing things of the night was the number of Chicago people that were up in the stands behind your dugout tonight.
Well, you've been waiting a long time. So, you know, before the game, they said they had something. They figured like 1,100 people were going to show up for the game. And I don't know what the total figure was, probably 5,000, something like that. But I know whether 4,000 or 80% Cub fans anyway.
You guys made it fun for them, Boo. Congratulations, and have a good time tonight.
Okay, thank you, Dan.
Okay, and that will just about wrap it up. I'd sure like to say, you know, this is my first year in Chicago, and I'm here for a Cub championship after 39 years. I can hardly believe it, and I'm sure glad to be a part of it. Back to you, Bob, in the studio.
Dan, thank you. You're living proof the Wedhead is not dead, and you have been doing a great job covering the Cubs on the road, and this one's for you, buddy. Continue the good work. You brought them good luck. This is great. Again, congratulations to the Cubs. I'm spilling it. I'm so nervous. And to all the great fans. And before we leave right now, I would like to pass this out to Rick and this out to Denise. No.
A collection? Or?
No collection. We'll fill those before the evening is over.
All right.
This is great. Believe me, it's fantastic. I love every second of this.
After 39 years, it
well, not for me.
Well, not
but
for
for
you.
these
No, you're
people,
not.
it's fantastic.
Oh, it is fantastic. And if you talk about fantastic, we've had Christine Negroni drawing hazardous duty payout at Wrigley Field. Robert Jordan is standing by. He's got a live report of some festivities that are working now down at the Ultimate Sports Bar and Grill, where I think we'll find Bob in a foxhole. Bob, what's your story?
Boy, I'm telling you, you should be here with me tonight. 14 big, strong guys that fight my way. This is, oh, goodness. Well, you can see what it's like here. It's just crazy. They're dancing out in the streets on Armitage. And they've got a portion of the street all blocked off. And it's just a madhouse here. It's been this way all night long. Once it became evident that the Cubs were winning, and I'm losing. That's the bad part about it. The Cubs won, but I'm losing. I'm going to give it back to you guys.
Bless your heart, Bob. This is a night that's hazardous to their health.
You got that.
You've got to respect them for
rough.
it. Well, believe it or not, there was other news today, and we'll have that when we come back. And continues tonight. We're going to go back to Rush Street to Shenanigans in Rush Street, where Larry Roderick is fighting off the crowds. Larry?
Oh, boy! Well, I've been in some tough spots in my 27 years, but this has got to top all of them. I'd like you to meet my friend Gloria that I just met 30 seconds ago. We're down here on Division Street. I guess we're celebrating. They tell me this is supposed to be fun. So far, we've been trampled, doused with beer and champagne, hats, everything else. They've turned Division Street into a mob scene. This is as close to the 68 riots as I've ever come, I guess. I hope they give me hazardous duty pay, because I think I just lost both shoes. Well, somewhere on Division Street, we're rooting for the Cubs. I guess they're going to win. Maybe now I'll get some champagne inside of me.
Our thoughts are with you, Larry. Well, with the Cubs winning, news analyst Joel Wiseman thinks that the club will find some new fans among politicians. Joel?
Quiet night on Division Street. There's a tongue-in-cheek saying among politicians that goes, "Show me where the people are going, and I will lead them." And with the people going bananas over the Chicago Cubs, leave it to the politicians from the White House to the courthouse to try and get a piece of the action. There are rumors that President Reagan himself, a one-time Cubs announcer who already uses them as part of his campaign, will actually take in a game. We'll probably see more political leaders than you can fit on a bedsheet ballot at the playoffs and the World Series games. It could be worth votes to be pictured with a Cubs star, or to be seated in a box where the television cameras will pick you up. And how about a word or two with Milo or Harry noting your presence at the park? with the maximum payoff being invited into the broadcast booth to see how you feel about the game. Then there's the question of who gets to introduce the congratulatory resolutions in the city council, at the county board, in Springfield, and which public officials will make bets with their counterparts. The mayor of San Diego has already bet some free surfing lessons with Harold the old beach bum Washington. Will the governors make bets? Or how about even the leaders of the city council majorities in Chicago and San Diego? Will Neil Hartigan raid the training rooms for being unlicensed nursing homes? Who will lead the victory parades and introduce the players at rallies? What mementos will the city or state make for the players? There is indeed a lightness and fun and a kind of long-awaited civic pride element about the so-called leaders getting involved in the success of the Cubs. But there's also a kind of sinister, rank, opportunistic political side to it all. Rather than showing they're just regular guys, these political types are showing that they're politicians first. They want to know where the people are going so they can lead them there. It could be, it might be, it is a genuine political fact.
Well, Joel, did they set aside any tickets for the dignitaries?
Well, the Cubs aren't saying, but I have a funny feeling you'll see an awful lot of them there.
Well, now, aren't politicians celebrities? And if so, aren't celebrities part of baseball, a big part of baseball?
Well, I guess they are, but I'm not sure that that's all such a good idea.
No?
Not really.
All right. Thank you, Joel.
All right.
Well, we're delighted to report the Cubs' magic number tonight is 0.
Yes, at long last.
Have the rest of the season, but we're in there.
We do a show, Cubs Final, every night at 10:30.
Yes.
Someone wrote to me today and said, tonight, if they clinch, change the name of the show to Cubs Finally. And so we'll do that. Of course, we don't have a Cubs Final tonight because of all the locker room celebration, but we do return tomorrow night. Well, this is really fantastic. What can you say? If you don't know by now, where have you been? We did it. We are the National League Eastern champions. We beat Pittsburgh tonight 4-1. In case you missed it, Harry Carey calls the last 3 outs of the greatest game since 1945.
3 outs away from the first championship since 1945. That was a war year. Line drive right at him. Moreland waiting. 2 outs to go. Rick Sutcliffe. High fly ball. There'll be 1 to go. Bobby Danair. 2 away. Cubs are the champion! The Cubs are the champion! The Cubs win! Look at that mob scene! Orsulak out on strike! Rick Sutcliffe is 14th in a row! 16-1 for the year! He faced only 28 men! He pitched a 2-hitter!
I'll watch that about 20 more times tonight. And Rick, of course, will start for the Cubs in the first playoff game against San Diego. So we have only one division left to be decided, the American League West. Minnesota, Kansas City started the day, tied for first place. Here's what's happening. Minnesota leading the White Sox 8-4 in the 9th inning, but in Kansas City, first of 2, Kansas City 4, California nothing. In the second game, Kansas City 11, California 2. That's in the 7th inning. So it looks like Kansas City is going to be in first place after the night's over by a half a game. Turn to some football right now. Boy, I'll tell you what, the Bears are smarting after that 38-9 loss yesterday to Seattle. As far as quarterbacks go, you know the story. Bob Avellini didn't do the job. Rusty Lish here didn't do the job. So if Jim McMahon is not healthy this coming Sunday, it looks like Steve Fuller, if Steve is healthy, will get the starting nod at quarterback.
Well, we're going to look at him hard today and tomorrow, and we ought to, hopefully we know something before late in the week, but we haven't seen him throw full speed yet. He's been throwing, but not really taking it and gunning it.
The Bears will be gunning for a victory over Dallas on Sunday, and when you play Dallas, it's always a big game.
It's a big game. I think it's a big game for everyone, including Coach Ditka, who, of course, coached at Dallas. It's just the tradition of you always see Dallas on TV. I mean, every Sunday you can look forward to seeing the Dallas Cowboys, the American team. So it's I guess, an extra incentive, too, play them. Maybe I know we was ready to play this week, but maybe we were looking forward to Dallas too much and looking over Seattle.
But the big story tonight is our Cubs, and Rick, this is for you. I've got to do this. This gives me great pleasure to pour this little champagne for you. Denise, yes. Please take yours and let's make a toast right now. Thank you very much. Of course, I poured mine before as I flipped my cork. All right, a toast. If we can raise the glasses, please. Here's to the Cubs' success against San Diego and whoever we may play one more time in the World Series. We're proud of the Cubs, and we'll enjoy this after the show.
That's right.
Great.
Thank you, Bob.
All right.
Thank you. Well, I guess we could thank Mr. Treemstra over here for allowing the weather to cooperate with the game. We had a rainy weekend, and we finally got to the game.
And there were
tonight.
some showers around Pittsburgh tonight, so that worked out.
I know we got some young players that have never been through it before, but most importantly, we got a city that hasn't been through it for a long time, and I wanted to do it. Dallas and I talked about this 100 times during the season, what it would mean to the city of Chicago and the fans, and it's a terrific feeling. It really is.
Yeah, and you answered a question I was going to ask you. You know, you not having been here, some of us having been here for years and years, if you really had that in mind, what everybody else was feeling, because so many people feel like a part of the Cubs.
Well, I complained. I'm sure people have read and heard me say I'm tired of hearing about 69 and the sun and the wind and all that stuff, but that's all part of all the frustration and anxiety that the people of Chicago and the fans all over the country that follow the Cubs feel, and I knew that, and it got a little.
Baby, you gotta go all the way, man. We go. How about them Cubbies? League buster. Give me comfort, man. Give me comfort. Yeah, you do another backflip.
No shit, wake us up like, yeah.
Hey, don't close my doors, man.
Madness in Pittsburgh and here in Chicago. We've got a lot more Cubs coverage coming up, including a look at the end of the losing tradition the ball club has had since their last championship back in 1945. Johnny Morris is with us from Pittsburgh, but outside at Wrigley Field, the faithful have gathered tonight and the celebrating's still going on. The last time the Cubs even came close to a pennant was back in 1969. Bob, we understand you're with a few of those heroes of '69 right now.
Kind of quiet here in the studio, in the Wrigley Field, Don and Walter, even though some of the noise from outside is kind of interfering a little bit here, but this is kind of an unusual night in more ways than one. We have lights on in Wrigley Field. Of course, they are the mini-cam lights here. And we're live with a couple of my heroes. I wondered how some of the great '69 Cubs would feel about this event tonight. Randy Hundley, number 9, and Glenn Becker, number 18 from 1969 at catcher and second base, respectively. Now, Randy, as you guys were watching and getting excited about the Cubs, I heard you say you were a little envious.
Bob, I don't think that I would be honest if I did not say that I'm a little jealous and envious of not being there and being a part of the winning ball club. The last inning, I felt that I was right behind the plate with Jody Davis, and I tell you, I was eating my heart out.
Now, we came out here, and Beckert goes right to second base.
Well, you know, Bob, what's funny is, with all the celebration and all the stuff, we're the only 4 or 5 guys here in Wrigley Field, walking around the infield, and everybody's hollering it. It's fun. I wish them the best. I love it.
You know, it could have been you.
Not really. You know, you're looking for stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
It's so super for the town and all that. It's great to be here and be part of it.
What do you think now that, you know, for years and years people have been talking about the '69 Cubs? That's all we had to talk about. Now, for the coming decades, maybe it'll be the '84 Cubs.
Well, thank goodness they will not continue to call the '69 Cubs the losers. I've really gotten tired of that. Some guy called me today and said the new attitude of the Cubs. Hey, we had the same attitude when we played. We were a winning bunch of guys, but we went to war with not enough ammunition in 1969, and we did the best we could.
It was very strange watching you two guys watching the celebration as we were tuned into the ball game earlier tonight, and you two guys kind of congratulated each other, but there were some mixed emotions that I sensed there from both of you.
No, not at all. We know that we tried our hardest, you know, and it's great
Listen, I'm not still blaming you for doing something wrong.
Obviously, Bob, you know.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean that there are some bittersweet feelings, obviously.
I tell you, we played with the team, Bob, loved each other. We fell short.
Yeah.
We entertained for 5 months, right? This team's going to entertain for 6.5.
You know, a matter of fact, to show you how I feel, now you guys never got the champagne in '69. This thing's been on ice for 15 years. I think you guys deserve the champagne.
We have a glass?
Bob, you're a gentleman.
I even have glasses here for you. There you go.
All right.
See, because I know.
Go ahead.
You know, Randy was kind of sad a little bit earlier, but Beckert still thought I was coming down on him.
Where's yours, Bob?
Oh, wait, don't let him pour
I have some milk that I'll be drinking in a minute. But while you got no. Oh no, I was afraid of that. Okay, so the '69 celebration finally comes true 15 years late. I get my wish, I get to cover it. Johnny Morris is in Pittsburgh, and I'm sure he wants to join in. Johnny, look, I even got doused here.
Okay, Bob, we've got the Cubs out here on the field. Hey, Jody? We got Jody Davis here. You see Randy Hundley and Glenn Cuthbert. Glenn Beckert of the Cubs of the '69. You got anything to say to the '69 Cubs?
Hey, Randy, does that champagne taste good? Because we're out here in Pittsburgh. Hey, we need that bottle you got, Randy. No, Randy, all I'm going to say to you is, honest to God, we took some pressure off, didn't we?
Did we? Yeah, we got love for you, Randy.
The '84 Cubs.
It wasn't your fault.
Here's a toast to you guys. We're really proud of you, baby.
He said he's just toasting you right now. Randy Hundley's toasting you.
I tell you,
thank you.
I wish you'd send a case out here because we're all done. There ain't no more champagne left.
You lie, Randy.
Yeah. You know, you should have come. Hey.
One of the things that they said was that you
in the league has had a song about Cub Busters.
Yeah. You know what this is?
We're called League Busters.
League Busters.
Ronnie. Hi, Mom.
Well, can you believe it? It's been going on like this ever since the final out came at about 10 minutes of 9 tonight. Periodically, there have even been fire trucks with their sirens roaring. I don't know if they're going to a fire or exactly what is happening at this particular point in time. How long can all this go on? It's pretty hard to imagine. But for the first time in a heck of a long time, we're winners, and it's something we want to take advantage of.
Today, it's ours. We got it. Go Chicago. We got it. Yeah! I've waited a lifetime for it, and it's worth it. We won it. We earned it.
Well, people were crying. People were speechless. People were yelling. There's just nothing you can say after that. And as you gentlemen pointed out, it's hard to imagine a World Series for Cub fans. Back to you.
Well, John Coleman, who doesn't have much to celebrate in his weather forecast, will focus also on the Cubs tonight, I understand.
Well, Max and Ron, as a 15-year Cub fan, I'm not accustomed to being happy in September. I have the slightest idea how to go about this. But it's wonderful, isn't it?
It is. It is.
And so I just took an idea from the players. You got to pop a cork, right? That's how you do it, folks. That's how you celebrate. Hooray for our Cubbies! They are our sunshine. You are our sunshine. The Cubs are sunshine. This cheap champagne may not pop at all, folks. I mean, I'm a Cub fan, but I'm also prudent financially. Max, I'm a strong man. I work out every day. Folks, this may not pop, but the weather is gonna. Did you see those black? You want to know when the celebration's going to end tonight? When these clouds get to Chicago. This is a massive spring-like thunderstorm line that's coming toward us this very night of celebration. 71 degrees at 10 o'clock, humidity's 81%, a south wind at 9 miles an hour, and here is the latest radar. Severe storms. Now, these have produced a couple of tornadoes. I got to hold this away from me. Tornado funnels, some very large hail have swept across Wisconsin. They're weakening a little this time of night, of course, as they move in towards Chicago, but they will be here in the next 2 hours. And behind it, we change from summer to fall. This is cold air. Big snowstorm has occurred, the biggest snow ever so early in the season at Sheridan, Wyoming. And this radar shows how that line of thunderstorms is followed by cold showers behind it. That's what we need, folks, is a cold shower. And after the cold shower, the winds will turn to the north. Look at tomorrow's weather map. See at dawn, the cold front is right on the city. And by midday, the front is past. The winds have shifted, but the rains are still here. The snow line will be up in northern Minnesota, where they'll get just a little touch of snow again tomorrow. And by tomorrow evening, we're really in that cold air and the rain is ending. High temperatures tomorrow will hold in the 40s in the plains, and while we'll hit the 70s, in the afternoon when the wind turns, things begin to happen. So, my forecast, morning rush, overcast, rain, drizzle, fog. We'll have some very strong thunderstorms between now and then, about an inch of rain. Temperature will go up to about 72 in the morning, and then, after a high of 74 and some more thunderstorms, the colder air will come in, and the rain will be ending. And by tomorrow evening's rush hour, you will need a good jacket because it'll be pretty chilly, dropping down into the mid-50s.